on here is these are the comments as they appear.
Okay.
Try not to pay too much attention to it.
Okay.
It's really hard not to, but it's really decent. I mean, we will. Fernando will be watching that, but hey, you got that volume turned all the way up. Yeah, so it's fun. But it'll also tell you, like, the top left is the time, how long we've gone. The bottom right is how many viewers are on. What's up? First comment. That's right, Ben. You're first. What's up, Louis?
What's up, Louis?
Good evening. How are you, buddy?
Sorry.
Louis has a shop. Louis, where are you from again? What's up, John? Happy Monday. Is it really? Well, the guy sitting here is my buddy Nathan.
Yep.
And we'll get to him more in a minute. He's just going to sit there and look pretty. And wave. If
Hello
you guys,
from
he's been on the show, a couple guys. Thank you. Louis is from Portugal. That you can watch.
It's actually, it's one of you,
yeah.
One of you do it.
Okay.
I think he was the one.
Looks great.
He might have been the one that told me about, remember the,
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about the auto-lead harnesses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was him.
Yeah, that was him.
That was, all right, Manchester. What's going on from Manchester?
Jackson.
What's up? Tucson's in the house. Atlanta. What's up, Dave? F350 Dave. Howdy from Atlanta.
Nice.
Yes, that was him.
Hi
Hey,
from
it's Norway. You guys might remember Nathan if you saw or remember the trip that we did to Knowledge Fest. He was my running buddy.
There you go.
I
forgot about that.
Yeah. So you were
Also,
you were on the
he
show
was
then?
on the AAMP Pro video. Actually, the Facebook Live
Yeah,
that we did in
when
here.
we did the AAMP Pro GM 61.
Yep.
Me and Nathan have the same haircut.
He just hasn't faced it yet.
No, because it's only here. When I look head on, I have
Introduce you to
plenty of
Mr.
hair.
Big.
I have plenty.
Okay.
I have plenty of hair
All
when I
right.
look
Ask
this way.
the
It's
people
just when I
behind
do.
you.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's fine.
The camera doesn't say the same.
No, well, that's why we shoot with multiple cameras. A little bit of trivia. That was the reason why we actually went to multi-camera angles when we were shooting our reviews, because I would lean over the counter like this.
Oh, man.
And so
That was like
I was
a flash.
like, that ain't
Like
gonna
a
work.
Solar,
Yeah, it was like a
flash
solar
flare or
flare.
whatever.
Yeah, so we switched to two cameras.
There you go.
What's up? Clear Impressions Audio in North Carolina. What's going on? What's going on, Johnny? Hey,
I'm
from Orlando. Hey, it's a Fernando.
Orlando Fernando. It's funny, right?
So, you work for AAMP Global.
I do.
And you have the distinct pleasure of starting me out in this wonderful little world we call car audio.
Yes.
Of course, we were friends before we both got jobs in this, but which we'll talk about the whole JJ thing, which his
Okay.
daughter apparently just got married.
This is
Wow.
what's in the
I know,
house.
right?
Cow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. That makes me. That's one of those moments where I feel old finally.
Right.
Of course, I remember when she was born, so that was a whole nother.
So, Marcio,
My
Miami.
apologies to everybody for getting Dean into car audio.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably with you on that one. I want to, because I don't know if it was the best idea ever.
Who's John Gula? You know John Gula?
Yeah. He's a salesman.
There
Yep.
you go.
Best
What's
amp
up,
rep
John?
ever. Hello from
There you
Buffalo and these nuts, Bobby. What's going on? Did you shut off the air compressor?
I'm
gonna go check.
I think so.
All right, hold on.
I want to
Air compressor's off.
Okay.
Who's vibrating?
That's me.
That's you.
You can keep
So that
your
was
phone, that's
effective.
fine.
Is that you?
Glad I turned that down.
Yeah. Well, it would.
All right.
It makes noise. All right, so we're going to have a fun night tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of us as well as what he does for AAMP Global. Not so much the AAMP Global thing, because that's, we're going to have fun.
J-O-B.
That's just a J-O-B.
Okay.
If you want to be with me. And so we got a lot of funness we're going to talk about. Funness. Thanks for teasing me with Sue's birthday cake. That was an interesting birthday cake. You've never watched The Boring Life, have you?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we
Sorry, Haley.
Yeah, no. We made a birthday cake, and of course we got the little dot sprinkles, and we were pouring it all over, and the shit went everywhere. Oh, it was awesome. A mess. It was a mess. It was great fun though. Anywho, so let's talk about what you do for AAMP Global, just so that we can get that out of the way. What is your job title? Hey, from Australia.
So I am the VP and General Manager of the Integration Products Division.
Which is part of PAC.
Primarily PAC.
Primarily
So
PAC.
we work on anything that has vehicle integration aspects.
So our RP4s, our AMP Pros, our
Lock Pros.
Lock Pros, our dash kits, the smart kits.
Yeah, the
Everything about integration.
Yeah, the integrated kits.
So like that kit right there off your elbow,
There
right
you go,
there,
right?
that Camaro
Right
kit.
there.
Yep, that one.
Right
Those
there.
are you. That's your job.
That's it. That's my team's responsibility. That's right.
Okay.
Lucky guy. And Ernie used to be part of that team.
So Ernie was promoted to
he was on last week, so they know what he
manager.
does.
So
Yeah.
he reports to me.
Okay.
So he's in my team.
Okay.
Oh, he's still in your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oklahoma, what's going on?
Wow.
I'm having some failures
And-
with the packs. Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Well, we're
And
gonna
how
keep
long?
the,
How long you been with PAC? You said.
Yeah. There we go.
With AMP, I've been. I think it's going on 21 years now.
21 years.
21 in
Okay.
February.
They do make an RP4 instead of the C2R, which is a better piece.
Yeah. It's a little more updated.
But if you are having issues with it, if you haven't called PAC Tech Support, which was Ernie last week, he's the guy that takes care of that. They have a kick butt staff that will help you with all your problems that you're having with that. If they can't, that's what they're there for. So
5 guys on the East Coast and 3 on the West Coast.
that's right.
There you go.
Now,
Did you say you start 21 years ago?
Yeah.
Around like 21 years ago,
I
and
mean the wipers.
did you start doing what?
I haven't had that one yet.
So I actually started in tech support.
Okay.
So a lot of people may not know that are with the company now, but Gordy K. I was working for one of the local retailers doing Highline cars, and Gordy K., another AMP guy, he brought me in.
Hey,
and,
it's Ernie
we
right
did,
there.
We did
Hey,
tech
boss.
support. There he is. What's happening, Ernie?
Okay.
So tech support.
Tech support is fun, and PAC is wonderful. We spent a lot of time talking about PAC. I want to talk about. Let's go back. Let's go back in time.
Ooh.
Way back.
Let's go way
Back in
back.
the day.
Let's go back into the day. Let's go into 89, 90.
You got a hot tub around here?
Wayback Machine. I don't remember that. Okay,
No,
so
the-
it's the summer of 1990. Okay, and that's not an issue with the module. Okay, there we go. Detecting bus speed. All right, so peripheral. Yes. So it's the summer of 1990, and you get a phone call because one of our favorite car stereo shops had just had an issue where they lost all their employees in one foul swoop. Do you remember that?
I don't actually.
You don't remember why you got the job?
The job at AMP?
AVE.
At AVE.
Yeah, we're going to go back. We're in the summer of 1990.
Oh,
here.
man.
Do you remember why you got the job? You don't
Who's
remember?
that? Oh, yeah. Derek, right?
Well, Derek and Scott
yeah.
both
Oh, yeah.
got vacation.
You know, I guess I didn't care why I got the job. I was happy I got the job.
I got the job.
And
So
that was good.
You get a phone call.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they were like, JJ was
What's
like,
up,
hey
Kyle?
man, you like car stereo. You want to come work for me?
Yeah.
All right. And so then not too far thereafter, you called me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're not going to believe where I'm working.
Right.
And I was like, so I came out and I would hang out, and we built your Bonneville.
Yes, the crazy Bonneville.
The Bonneville. And what was the Bonneville?
So 1981 Pontiac Bonneville 2-door with the Landau top.
Ooh.
All right, remember that? Fender
Yeah,
skirts.
Fender
Whole
skirts.
9 yards.
Oh, yeah.
We took the back seat out, of course, because that's what you did back then.
Yep.
Put 8 XTR 15s. Drove them with 2 Orion Black Beasts, 1,000 watt amps. Back then, that was a lot of power.
Yeah.
And so 250 watts per sub. And that thing hit. It hit real hard.
Well, okay, so let's talk about the box for a minute.
Mhm.
Because you make my OCD look like a vacation.
Yeah, I didn't use any, Term Pro or any of that either.
No, but these each box was like
graph paper.
Yeah, and it was
Julio?
like what is it? 50-piece boxes?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Because the top box, I remember,
It
they slid in on
maximized
top one of
airspace,
each other.
yeah.
So we built the box in 2 boxes,
Yep.
and the top box looked like a TIE fighter.
Yep. They kind of fit. One of them was like that, and the other one was like that, and they slid together, and then they mounted together. Yeah.
Now the one
Everything
problem,
had its own airspace.
and apparently we didn't take weight into consideration.
Dan?
Because the back end just slammed to the ground.
Yeah, had to get air shocks. in
Yeah.
the car. Yeah, that was good. Good times.
So we spend all summer building this box for you. and then built some door panels. That was all.
That was all Morel.
I was going to say that was all Morels, right?
23 speakers altogether, I believe.
It was a shit ton.
Yeah, 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range, 3 mid-bass in each door.
Yes.
That's just a start. And then center channel coax 6.5, and then fully active 6 mid and tweet in the back deck on each side. Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say fully active, because was there any other way to go back then?
Oh, you had passives, but
No, we didn't. We had passive crossovers that you could buy or you could build.
Yeah,
you weren't
true,
buying a set of
yeah.
coaxial components. I mean, JBL was just starting to come out with those, at least for us, that we sold. But, you know, I mean, that was all we ever did was active.
Yeah, I guess
it's original.
Because you had the seat.
If you're doing something really custom, it was much easier.
Everything we did was custom back then, because there was, you had to build the dash kits, for gosh.
Remember the 300 CRX?
Yeah,
and the
200 CRX.
QM.
I have the owner's manual from those amps up there.
I still have the freaking crossovers and the EQ.
Wow.
In the box if you ever want to show them.
Yeah, I like the EQ. I really like that EQ. It's
simple,
because we were talking about that, because
awesome.
you were gonna. It's 15 volts.
Yep. Phantom power.
Yeah, phantom power.
Noise.
What's up, Seth?
Do you
Dan.
need audio, bro?
So we built this car. Oh, and then the other thing too is it was so when we were doing those Morels, we were taking a 200 CRX and a 300 CRX and combining them together.
Yeah.
Because we needed tweeter, mid bass, and sub.
Yes.
So you would actually go out of one into the other to get your 4-way crossover, which was really
you got
fun.
a good memory.
And the funny thing was is we didn't have crossover calibrators. They were just knobs. They were just a knob that you just turned.
Yep.
And so you had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune it till it sounded the best you could get it to sound. And
remember JJ just sitting in your car?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Play that Rippington song one more time. Give me the Rippingtons one more time.
Yep.
St. James Cafe one more time.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you turn it right there?
So you believe that was harder to tune a car back in the day than now?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, the tech now, there's definitely, it seems like there's a lot more studying up you have to do these days to use a lot of the equipment we have now. We have more features. Like then, that crossover, you couldn't adjust slope, right? So
no, it was fixed, 12 dB.
So some of the parameters that you have now, you didn't have back then. You didn't have time delay. I mean, you might have had it, but it wasn't widely understood or used.
Available.
Yeah,
you know, you had some of the Rockford obscure stuff. You had the Gavotte. Remember Darren had the Gavotte in his Beretta.
Darren. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's like
He's probably watching.
No. Nate the Human Crossover. Well, you know, my thought is too. We also didn't have anyone to throw it up against because I mean the only thing we had to look at was Car Audio Magazine. You know, so we just that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and that was our Bible. If it wasn't in there, then what did we do? We actually just
internet.
we just used our ears. So if we got it wrong, we had no one that could complain about it. Because it's not like, bro, he doesn't want to set up that crossover. You know, he used this tool. You know,
we're all the best in the world in our own minds.
I just remember. I remember when you got it done, and what was it? Ed Firestone came to look at it because he was our Ryan rep, and he was. It's a wall of 815s in like a W in the back of a Bonneville, and in the trunk is just the amps. Like they're on a board
and 4 golf cart batteries.
4 golf cart batteries, and he's looking at it and he goes, "You know what would really make this thing look cool? If you use silver screws."
Yeah.
And I'm going.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys ever take pictures of that?
I do.
Something?
I know I have them somewhere, but I couldn't find them.
It throws nothing away.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true. But yeah, I would have really liked to have shown it tonight. But
so we worked together for, I don't even know if it was a full year. Did we work together for even a full year? And then you were like, "Hey man."
Yeah. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I got a phone call from another guy.
Yeah.
And you left to become a sales guy.
Yep.
Which was
at Sound Advice, right?
Yep. Well, no, you had that. There was that one job between there with that guy that moved up the street.
Oh, Car Toys.
That lasted like 6
not very
months.
long.
Yeah, and then you went to Sound Advice.
Yeah, and you know what? Funny story. I don't know if John told you. John Catalano.
Yeah.
He was hired there.
Was he?
I helped him get his job there.
Oh,
he shows up to work on that Monday, and we were closed. that was right at the moment
wow.
the place was shut down.
Oh my gosh.
So bad timing, bad luck for John.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, went there and as for sales, and then went to Sound Advice.
What does that say? Was installing your first job, or did you work for another before becoming an installer? What did you
did my own system. I was known as the Tandy Man when I started.
The Tandy
I don't know
Man?
if you remember that? Yeah. You know, didn't have a lot of money, and you go and you buy the realistic. You know,
Tandy.
Tandy.
Tandy. Got it. Well, so my thing with you is always if you had 20 bucks in your pocket, you were good.
Yeah, right.
I'm good. I got 20 bucks in my pocket. I'm set for the week, man.
I got some gas money.
Yeah. No, for me, I worked for Procter & Gamble. I was working for Procter & Gamble, and I was going to college. So that was, and then I got destroyed and finished college and just went to work for JJ for the next 21 years. But this show's not about me. It's about you. It's your life, Nathan.
Yeah.
So you end up at Sound Advice as a sales guy, which is funny. But while you're a sales guy at Sound Advice, you rebuilt the Bonneville.
I changed it from 815s to 4 infinite baffle 10s, the XDR 10 IBs.
IBs. Now let's talk about infinite baffle for a minute because that is an interesting topic that we have. Now you kept the same door panels.
Yep.
You added a 3-way set to the back. You were using 3 Orion 275 XS, or were you using the 275s and the 250s, or were you using?
I think it's the 275s up front and the 250s in the back.
Because I went 250s and 222s. I remember I went one level down from wherever you were at because I didn't have that kind of money. Hey, great. So, infinite baffle subs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you did this.
So the thing about an infinite baffle setup is you got to have a really stiff infinite baffle, and it has to be sealed off completely, right? So if you have any flex in it, you're just counteracting the effort of the woofer. So we built it out of 2 layers of 3/4-inch birch plywood back then because I wanted as rigid as I could get. Wow. And then I cut the back deck out. It was one of those cars with a really small back deck, right? So I cut the back deck out and gave myself a nice flange all the way around, and then built this baffle that was, shaped like that. So I could assemble all of that and then assemble that into the car, install that into the car, and get a really firm mount and seal it off really well. And it worked really good.
Yeah.
It was amazing for 4 10s like that.
It was impressive.
Yeah. It had a lot of power too. I kept the 250 watts per 10.
So,
sorry, more than that.
I almost forgot one of our best experiences. Our bass competition.
Yes.
I don't know how I almost forgot.
Never forget that.
So,
you guys went to a bass competition?
We went to a bass competition.
Yeah.
So there was a guy named Carl, Maximum Bass.
Yes.
Okay.
So Maxima.
Maxima from Maximum Bass. And he was the guy. He was the guy in the other side of the tracks that was the loud guy. Everyone was like, Carl was the guy.
He's the number one.
He was number one. So somehow they were like, hey, we're going to have a car show and bass competition. And Nathan goes, hey, Dean, let's go to this car show and bass competition.
Sounds like a perfectly stupid thing to do.
Perfectly stupid thing to do. So we go down there.
Yeah. So
Carl.
So we get down there, and it's being held at like a community recreation center. Okay, that was the first warning.
Wave to your
wife.
And
hey, hon, what's happening? Thanks for being on.
Okay.
Hi, Nathan. So it's being held outside at a community recreation center, and the place isn't unlocked yet. So we do some drive-bys. Back in the day, you do drive-bys, roll the windows down a little bit, drop a few notes, impress everybody, and drive off. And you got everybody slack-jawed, wondering what the hell's in there.
Yep.
Sorry. And then so the competition, there was no SPL meters, none of that, no sound quality judges, none of that. It was all just crowd favorite, right?
Yep.
So it was hilarious. They'd have us drive our cars, and it was just us and Carl. Us against Carl. 815s with 2,000 watts against 4 18 Fane 18s, I think
Yeah,
they were,
something
with
like
a
that.
Colossus. For those
Yeah.
who might want to Google that, I don't know if they still make it, but Hyphonics Colossus.
Well, the original
like
Colossus,
4
not
foot long.
not the series of Colossus that they make now. The
Yeah.
actual first
The original.
generation
The first
Colossus.
it was an
a
impressive amp.
surfboard.
It's like that big.
Yeah,
Very
it was
cool
it
amp.
was the original.
Yeah. So
When they used to make really good stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it was when it was Zed.
So Carl had that in a clam in the back of his Maxima, and so they'd bring us head to head, side by side, and every time I'm just knocking him
Destroying
out, just
him.
destroying the
Really?
local,
Oh, just
destroying
killing
the
it.
local guy. I
Now-
mean, he could hit really low, but low doesn't sound loud, right?
Right.
So my stuff was tuned for probably 50, 60, maybe 70 hertz in
Yeah,
there, right?
it was dry. It was
crazy.
Stupid.
There's some good Magic Mike tracks that I could hit. That
Yeah.
really.
And do you guys ever think like, oh, this is gonna happen? We're gonna destroy this guy?
Oh, we knew we were going to
or
destroy
no?
him. There was no chance that he.
Okay.
Trust me, they stood no chance.
Yeah.
Back then, this was stupid loud. But the one thing I do remember is, so they had barbecue for sale there, and by barbecue there was a guy with a barbecue cooking shit on it, and he, they sold a chicken sandwich. And the chicken sandwich was a piece of white bread with a chicken leg folded in the middle.
Oh man!
And I was
Awesome.
like,
Okay.
There you go.
okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I still eat them to this day.
Yeah.
Because they're yummy.
Chicken sandwich,
It's a
man.
chicken sandwich.
Can't
It's
beat
good.
They don't lie.
So,
Yeah, it was funny.
you
So,
remember when they had us drive across the field?
oh yeah, what
Yeah,
did
that was like their last pitch ever.
Yeah, they
Let's
were-
do it from a long way away.
Well, the other
Maybe
thing
Carl's
too-
is louder from a long way
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
Really?
And remember Lorenzo was helping Carl?
yeah.
And he's in there tuning everything and tweaking everything.
Oh yeah, he stood
and
no
then
chance.
The last time I hit the note, he looks over and just starts laughing.
Yeah.
He gave up. They're like,
Yeah.
it's done.
So here's where the funny part comes in, as if that's not the funny part. So we didn't realize there was actually undercover cops around us the whole time. Okay, because here there's these two stupid white guys.
Yeah.
Um,
The only
um,
white guys.
Really?
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And so one of the informants tells one of the undercovers that
Who was a friend from school.
Yeah, it was a friend of Steve.
Yep.
That they were going to jack us as soon as we left.
Yeah, car
and,
jacked me.
they were going to steal the car.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're like,
Crazy stuff.
oh, this is
So-
great.
Hey, before we learned about that, there was a payout. There was a prize for
Yeah.
winning, right?
Yeah.
So the guy with the money running the show, he goes, "Come over here. Let's go in here." It's like where they store the shovels and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, "I don't want to become a victim," right?
Yeah.
So we go in there, and he gives me the like $50 or whatever. And
Ooh,
he's
that
like-
was a lot.
He actually asked me, "Yo, you got a gun?" I'm like, no. And he's like, "Well, just so you know, there's rumors that they're gonna try to jack you and take your car."
Yeah.
So then I'm like, "Oh man!" I probably walked out of there looking just pure white, right? And I walked back to the car. Walked back to the car, and I still remember you and was Steve
Steve.
still there?
Yeah.
You and Steve leaning on the car, and then the cops are standing by there, and I'm like, okay, what's going on with this? And then they explained what was going on, and they were going to give us a police escort out. So
Yeah.
it was.
So we got a
Pretty
They
wild.
did it?
Oh
Or
yeah,
was
no,
it-
we got a
really?
police
They gave us a
escort out of
police escort out.
South Side,
Mhm.
all the way to Tampa, all the way up Gulf to Bay. So they had 3 or 4 cop cars that were running
Yep.
ahead of us and blocking the intersections so
And
that
then-
no one could follow us.
Yeah, and then one immediately in front of us and one immediately behind us too. While
Because
we
these
ran up to
two
watch the
stupid
light.
peanut
Yeah,
heads
bailed
decided
us
that
out.
we wanted $50, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's go play our stereo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, the president's coming. No, it's
No,
just
it's
Nathan
just-
and
yeah,
Dean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Nathan rolling
It's-
deep in a white Bonneville, man.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Tipping.
Wow.
Rear end dragging like this because it's got 815s in it. Oh,
Okay,
man.
probably this is the best story I ever heard about that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
was great, man. And,
Yes.
and we're giggling our butts off because, you know, we just realized how close we came to, like,
Yeah.
you know, dying
That's scary.
as we're in Tampa going.
Get beat.
And now, here's
Crazy.
the thing. We're in Tampa now.
Yeah, because we had to go all the way
Yeah.
out and loop way around
Yeah.
to go
So
home.
we went up and we came back through Oldsmar.
Yeah, they told us don't go straight home.
Yeah.
Take the long way.
Take
So,
the long-
yeah,
but
we're
here's
like
the funny part.
laughing and shaking our heads.
We got no GPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no GPS.
Right,
there's
right,
no
no,
phones.
no,
There's
no.
no maps.
No.
We don't know where the heck we're at in Tampa.
Right.
Okay, so we're literally just driving in circles in Tampa, going,
Yeah.
How
"Where
can
the
I
heck
get out of
are we?"
here?
You know, you know, it's like, I think if we
Zach
go
Rack?
this way, we'll
Yeah.
find our way home. Oh,
Eric.
it was hilarious.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So,
And-
That was great. That was great fun.
Yes.
Lots of good times.
And did you guys laughing on the way back, or just
was.
like, oh my gosh?
It was
It's one of those laughs, like relief laughs,
Like a
but you're
nervous
shaking
laugh?
Your head, like, what the hell did we do?
Yeah,
that
it
for?
was-
But
yeah.
it was fun.
Wow.
Great
That's
story,
nice.
right?
That's
a
How many
good
years
story.
later?
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. All right, so back to you work for Sound Advice.
Yep.
Which is, remember when we were talking about Sound Advice, the whole draw paycheck and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I know that, because he was explaining to me the fun of the paycheck at Sound Advice.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So you wrapped up at Sound Advice.
Yep.
How long did you work there?
Not very long,
Yeah.
actually. I didn't like how they did a few things, so moved on from there.
Yeah. Did you go work for Crown after that?
Yeah. Went down to Crown Automotive, and where they have a Highline store. It's a group of auto dealerships, all owned by Crown, and they do Honda, Nissan, Mercedes. The fun ones are the
Yeah.
Mercedes,
Hey, Wayne.
Ferrari, Jaguar.
What's up,
We would
Wayne?
get Lamborghinis in there, and
Yeah.
a lot of really high-end cars.
So basically what it is you got tired selling and went back to the Bay.
Yeah, and more of a
Structured Bay.
structure, where you get paid by the job kind of thing. So I
Right.
wasn't limited, So it was really nice.
What was the guy's name again that ran that?
Oh, Jeff Hayden.
Jeff Hayden.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yep. Good.
Nathan's working for me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
He's good at what he did.
Oh, dude, trust me. You want to talk about a salesman, Fernando?
He can
Really?
sell ice water to Eskimos.
This guy, you look at him and be like, you know who he reminds me of? You know the old guy that comes in that's like stands like this with all the old cars, all the retro radios we do? That guy. That guy was Jeff
It
Hayden.
looks like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
except Jeff Hayden could stand
Right.
upright, you know.
But he was a good salesman.
He was very good at what he did.
Yes.
And, we did a lot of business there. It was crazy.
Ernie
Yeah,
draw
doing-
pay sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing a lot of K40s and remote starters
Wow.
and, sound systems. And stuff.
Yeah.
K40s.
Yeah, did a K40 and a Lamborghini Diablo. Got to drive it in, put it on the lift, and drive it out, and wasn't allowed to do the test drive on that one, but I test drove all the Ferraris and the Porsches and all the other cars. But that one was special. There was only one guy that was authorized in the
Really?
whole company to take that car on the road, and it was the mechanic from the...
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. No, I had one guy that we had to do a rear view
Thank
camera
you, Luis.
swap
See you.
on a Murcielago. We had to do a rear camera swap because they sold him a cheap camera, and of course that has that center exhaust pipe, so it basically melted the rear view camera.
Oh, that's nice.
So those came
Good
with
for
factory Kenwood radios, and so we're like, well, we'll just put a Kenwood camera in, no problem. So they were out of Dallas. He was driving through town. They hooked it up with us. We went to put it in. So I was like, no problem, here, give me the keys. Oh no, I'll pull it around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Kenwood cameras don't come as pigtails. They come with 20 feet of wire. So he wouldn't let me take the car apart. He would only let me work in the back of the car at the camera, because that was a pigtail. So I could take the rear, there was like a rear piece here that I could take off, that he let me take off. So I had to shrink wrap the whole camera harness into these two nunchuck looking things that then got stuck up into the rear of the car somewhere.
What up, Aaron?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was, and then I'm trying to wipe something off with a paper towel. And I got explained to me that paper towel has wood pulp in it, and wood pulp can scratch the paint.
Microfiber, I would imagine.
Oh yes.
Yeah, right,
I was like,
Garcia.
Yeah.
cool.
Wonder what we ever did without microfiber before microfiber was popular.
I used my shirt.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I still do. You know, like when we were talking earlier, I'm like, so let me tell you.
We use macro fibers, I guess.
Yes, we definitely need macro fibers.
Yes.
Hey, Aaron, tell me more about that right front speaker. Let me tell you that one afterwards.
Yeah.
So we're working there. You told us how you got the job at PAC. Now, while you were working at Crown, is probably where you got a lot of your experience and a lot of your
Install experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we did some, the car audio aspects there were not as much as my previous jobs, right?
Right.
But, doing remote starts, that's where I learned a lot about remote starts and K40 and, other things like that.
Right.
But, yeah, it was, and learned a lot about, the vehicles there because we did a lot of different vehicles from all the different dealerships.
Right.
So a lot of Nissans, a lot of Hondas as well. And we had the luxury of going to the parts department or going to the service manuals,
Yes, you did seem kind of cocky at times when you'd come in and be like, oh, yeah, I know where that is. I'll just go over to them and grab this. And I'll be like,
I'll find that out.
you suck. So you get a job at PAC, or at AMP.
Mm-hmm.
What was it back then?
AMP of America.
AMP of America.
Yeah.
Or was it even AMP of America?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I come up and you'd show me all the cool things you're working on. Hey, I'm making this silk screen for this carpet that we're going to take to CES and guys can hit and get holes in ones. And,
Oh, geez.
yeah.
Wow.
You guys had like crappy little test bays and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fun there.
You wear a lot of hats at AMP, especially back then.
Oh yeah.
So you do everything from catalogs to product development to tech support to testing returns to setting up, building displays for CES. And
Right.
I mean, it was like all hands on deck most of the time.
Unless you're a sales guy, in which case they just go home.
Yeah, they're the prima donnas. They just sit out there,
Salesman.
answer the phone, take orders, and do their nails.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Artie
hear it now.
was before.
Oh yeah, Artie was one of the original 4.
Okay.
If you didn't notice, there's always been a little thing with product development and sales, right? So I'm just doing my best to stoke those flames.
Yes. By all means, continue to, aggravate the guys that sell the stuff.
Yeah,
to help
that pay my paycheck.
that pay your
Right,
paycheck.
that's right.
Let's make them as
it's a
angry
good
as
strategy,
possible.
I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So now we're here today, and let's talk about some cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what kind of car do you drive?
Oh, you would ask.
I know.
You know.
I know.
You're setting me up.
I'm setting you up.
So, I got to a Prius.
What is it?
It's a Prius.
It's a what?
It's a Prius.
But there's something in the dash.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Almost let that cat out.
We're getting there. We're going to build up to this. So you drive a Prius.
But I also have a truck.
You also have
So they balance out
you have a
to
2000,
something that is in
what
the
is it,
manly scale of things, I think.
You're just dying to put an AMP Pro GM61 in, right? Just waiting to do that. No, you want to pull the radio out, keep the radio.
We're gonna do a couple things. I think.
Princess.
I'm gonna
That's
experiment
right,
with
Ernie.
some. Well, we got to talk about the one thing.
Okay,
that's
let's
in
get to the Prius
and then-
first. So one day, we hang out on the weekends, which reminds me, Sue wants to know if you guys want to go do something this weekend.
Yes.
But anyways, so we hang out on the weekends, and
She's not watching me though. Is she?
she might be,
Oh.
unless she comments. And so we get to talk about shop, and we come up with ideas, and I feel like you probably steal more of
Yeah. No doubt.
because it's like,
That's-
hey, drink this iced tea, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw keywords out, and then you just start talking. And
There
I'll
you
be-
go. That's it.
So
Look at Ernie, princess.
yeah, the
The
princess.
guys calling my Prius.
What's
So
Jeremy?
we're walking out of our usual catch-up binge with Junior, and you're like, hey man, I got something in my dash I want to show you.
Yep.
And I'm like,
What?
What could you possibly have in your dash that you want to show me?
Mhm.
And you're like, but just, oh, yep, she's watching.
Hey.
But just don't
What's up,
tell
son?
anybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The guy with the Facebook show, the YouTube show, the this and that.
But
right?
that's okay. I've learned that if I'm not supposed to say anything, I just go, hey, I found something out, but I can't tell you guys yet.
Right, there you go.
Whatever.
Tease.
Yeah,
Such a
like
tease.
the pictures I got this weekend of stuff that I can't show.
It's
gotta
already there.
Not
yeah.
me.
No, not from you. This is from somebody else. Oh, before we go, next week, make sure you guys check out the show. We're going to have Mike Sajecki and Bill Freeman on from MAG Sales. It's going to be a question-answer show. It's not going to be an interview because we've interviewed both of them, but we're going to have them on. We're going to take your questions. We're going to have a lot of fun. Back to today's show.
Okay. Before
Yes.
you guys go, Greg, this shop is owned by Paul
Yes.
and Nate work for
I'm
Globe.
Yeah,
So-
we work for Paul.
and we work for Paul. Yeah.
So, yeah, he works for those guys. And then they gave me this cool
Cool
free
guys.
shirt, and then he got that cool free
What's
shirt.
up with that?
I don't have
It's a
two
free
shirts.
shirt, and somebody who's supposed to be ordering shirts for everyone just hasn't got around to doing it because he's indecisive and can't
Yeah,
quite put
it's
his
just
finger on the one
it's
shirt
funny.
that he
Like
wants to
just
buy.
order a simple shirt. Nah.
There's room in a Prius for a wall. Yes, there is.
Oh,
Believe it
there
or
you
not.
go.
Dude, we've put a Scar Audio ZVX
15 and a
off
Prius.
of like a giant 2000-watt amp in the back
Yeah.
of a Prius.
Did you wall it or?
No, just
off the
just
hatch.
off the
Big
hatch,
box.
just a giant.
Yeah.
I was
But
mad
we
the
are
whole
like
time.
Off the
Oh
hatch
my
was
God.
amazing.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no way this is gonna work.
Track.
And it's
I'm
been
like,
in the car for like probably 2 years at this point.
No
the
maybe a
problem.
year
skin,
and a half.
The skin is aluminum on the Prius. I'd be afraid the thing's gonna like explode.
Yeah, it was
someday.
crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
So, in your dash is
Yes.
the precursor to the,
Stinger UN 1880.
which is the.
It's an awesome 8-inch.
No, what is it
radio.
now?
What? What? Oh, it's the Elevate.
Yes,
Elevate.
the
Okay,
Elevate.
so the
it's
new
part number
Elevate.
UN 1880. That's
Your part numbers suck. You keep coming up with crap part numbers.
It's Elevate.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
call it what it
The
is.
new
Inch
Stinger
radio.
Elevate radio.
It's awesome.
So, if you guys ever wonder why the part numbers suck for these guys,
Yeah.
it's this guy right here. He comes up with the worst part numbers ever.
Really? You are
Yes.
yeah,
the sign
pack
of the
part
numbers.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
Stinger
Not
part
on
numbers.
the, not on the, no, not
No,
on
that
that
wasn't
stuff.
you?
No, that's a different team.
But before, weren't they yours originally? Like some of the silly names?
Yeah, probably
Back in the
at
day,
some point.
'cause
Back
I
in
mean,
the day, yeah.
you know.
At one point, yeah.
So you're like
The
Dean
icicle and
So you're like
all that.
Dean sometimes in the bathroom, in the shower, and I'm like, you know.
No, what he's thinking is,
7, 8,
I need the
no,
crappiest.
no, no.
I need the crappy. But
I want to confuse the hell out of Dean as much
Yeah.
as
Oh,
possible.
and believe
so
me,
that's
like,
my
what?
directive.
Yeah.
but they all make sense to him. So that's all that
And a
matters.
select few.
Hey, let's talk about Speedwire for a second.
Sure.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for all you guys, I knew that was you because I remember having
Sorry.
that conversation. I was trying to think. So for all you guys that are like, hey, where did Speedwire come from?
Thank you, John. Yes, Greg.
You have
It's
this
good.
guy to thank for that.
Hey, you're welcome.
That was a
Yeah.
big deal.
And the 2-foot, I think, the 2-foot grounding lug too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in the day we had a single foot, and it was the most stupid thing ever because it would pivot around.
Yeah, it
the
would.
screw all the
Yeah,
time.
or it would fall
So
off.
I'm like, huge idea. Let's put another foot on the other side. Wow, increase
Yeah.
the surface area.
But no, I remember when you were like, hey, I had this
Random part
idea.
number generator.
Yeah, I had this idea, and you were showing me the like we're gonna make this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wow. And of course, me at the time was like, why do I need this stuff? How much is this? What is it gonna cost? Because I work for
Right.
JJ, and if it's not
Yeah.
cheap, then we can't have it.
Yeah.
And now we buy,
That outer sheath costs money.
now we buy pallets of it. You should see that version of it right there.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll
That
check it
stuff
out.
It's really
is
good.
sexy.
Is it?
Yeah,
Check it
and
out.
it doesn't
Yeah.
exist either, so that's what's even
Okay.
funnier.
Mhm.
Because they made it, and then they were like, we're not gonna make
Yeah.
this.
Cool.
And-
Anyway,
Damn.
move on.
Anyway, so for those who were wondering, thank this guy. Now everyone steals it and makes their own.
Yeah, we should
So-
patent some stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy idea.
Don't know what you do.
Hey, I have a BCI 41 sitting over there. Anyways, so
Nice.
I do really. It's right there.
I see.
Uh-huh. Hey, did you know that's Ernie's favorite piece?
Well,
Yeah.
it should be. He uses it every day.
Yeah, and yeah. So,
That's good.
so the Elevate.
Camera interface for Chrysler vehicles.
Yep.
For those that don't know.
Well, we talked about it last
Okay.
week, so
Yeah,
we
cool.
covered that.
Good.
Well, but that's good. That's good that he actually told
He
them.
knows what it is.
Yeah. No, that he tell them. Some
Yeah.
people forget. Like
I have
me.
the 2-channel switcher hooked up to it too.
Sweet.
And of course, I ripped out all the audio portion of it because I just needed the video portion. But that's another stuff. Okay.
Nice.
All right,
Another
so
video.
huh?
That'll be another video.
That'll be another video.
Let's keep
So you had the precursor to the Elevated there.
Yeah.
Which was your guys. And this came out before the Halo 9. This was out way before the Halo
I
radio.
believe so.
Oh yeah, it totally
this,
was.
Yeah, this
Because, I mean,
occurred. Yes.
yeah, this occurred long
Yeah.
before that. They
Yeah.
just came to market before you guys.
Yes.
Right.
But there it was, 8-inch touchscreen.
Yep. 8-inch touchscreen, real high res. It's gonna do CarPlay, Android Auto. It's the really cool thing about the radio is that it's a tablet style mount.
Right.
So it doesn't mount in the dash; it mounts in front of the dash.
Right.
And it can mount in a single DIN or double DIN location. So if you're limited by your vehicle's dash, this kind of escapes the bounds of the dash and allows you to put a bigger display in there.
Now, does the current version of it have does the startup screen stay Stinger
Sorry.
like the original?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because that was what freaked me out when you turned. Because I was like, what is this? Why is he showing me this? This looks. And he's like, Stinger, and I was like, you guys are getting in the radio business? And then immediately I got, shh.
Yeah, all right.
There might be somebody in this parking lot that
Yeah.
can hear us. I'm like, what? Hey, Jason, what's going
up,
on,
Jason?
buddy? Customers.
I know, man.
Dang them. So you've got that in the Prius, and you also have a full-size GMC pickup truck, brand new, 2018. 2018.
Not the new box, so.
With the 8-inch touchscreen, non-Bose.
Yes.
The dip switch number 3.
Yes. Yeah, for doing our AAMP Pro.
Shh.
Yeah.
That's the secret switch.
That's it.
Unless you're watching the video. And what are you planning on doing for that?
So I'm actually working a deal with Jeff Smith, and maybe I can negotiate on price while we're on here. But I'm gonna do the.
That's funny, you know.
Those
Both with the
Illusion-
companies and
right?
they
So-
negotiate. Yeah, that's.
I'm
cool.
gonna do some Illusion 3-inch coaxials in the dash and some 8s in the doors.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
And then we have more in our radio roadmap
Yes.
for the radios, so I'll probably put the Elevate in and probably upgrade that, down the road as well. But yeah, probably 2 of our SX2 amplifiers. Do a nice system in there. Use our Phoenix Gold DSP.
Yeah.
8.8. Hey, look at that, vehicle specific.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. What?
No, you can't talk. But
No,
So-
you can see it, but
You can see
you
it.
can say
Okay.
nothing.
so
All right.
you see what I'm.
Greg,
right there?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
if you
Yeah.
can just
So
go with
this is
Marine,
coming out.
it's a
So you're
slingshot,
talking
it's
about
gonna get
theirs.
wet.
Yeah.
There's these.
So
Okay.
Marine probably
might be a little bit
will
more
be the
reasonable.
best
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
do.
And they're not the only ones.
Yeah.
So
We're working on it, Eric.
2019 is
Eric
gonna be the
Garcia,
year
we're
of
working on
that.
it on that.
I know the audio team's working on some stuff too, but we're not there yet. So.
Oh, the Phoenix Gold
For
guys.
Phoenix Gold, yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple other manufacturers that are going to be coming out with that too this
Okay.
year. So if you're in a hurry, you might not want to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
getting
gotcha.
at.
Just wait.
You might want to wait another month.
Yeah.
Because Dean, you have a sound system in your car, Camaro. Funny you should ask. The answer to that is no.
But we're
and
working on it.
Yes. But stay tuned on that one because we have a car stereo lab that we're filming right now that's going to kind of address that in a small way.
All right, so Sax, have a question. Does
What?
the current version of the Elevate 8 has a tilt mechanism?
Does the current version have a tilt mechanism? Yeah. So you can adjust the tilt for basically the viewing angle this
Yep.
way. With where you place the screw in the mount, right? So you have a couple different options
Yep.
there. And then there's a wedge that you can install to tilt it toward the driver, depending on your dash and the placement of the radio. Sometimes
Okay.
it's better to tilt it a little bit more.
Yeah.
to the
So
driver.
it's not in the screen that you can actually tilt the screen.
Yeah, you can do it, but it's not something that you can do all the time. You
Okay.
basically put
It
it in
locks.
the best position for
And locks
you
that.
in that install, and then lock position, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. All right, let's do a few random
SQ
questions.
or SPL.
SQ or SPL? So would you consider?
When I was young, SPL. Now that I'm old, then SQ.
Okay.
Sound quality, of course.
I
I mean, I still
about
love
you?
the.
Me?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, man. The current state of loud doesn't do it for me because, like him, if you roll up with 12/12s and a pair of 6.5s, you're my guy. Okay. If you roll up with 12/12s and then 50 loudspeakers, you're not my guy.
Right.
Okay. I
Okay.
like bass. Like
Yeah.
we got in this for bass.
Yeah,
You know.
that was the big boom.
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
it was
pun
like a set of
intended.
tweeters
Yeah.
and 4 15s.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You
There
know?
you go.
Boom.
Some JBL T06.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, TO6 tweeters, God.
You put a few of those in?
Yeah, just a few. Hated those things. They were the most shrilly things ever.
Yeah.
But the way, so there was a story on the way that was actually designed and the way they pressed that is, if you remember, the dome wasn't a smooth dome.
Mhm.
It had a grid work on it. The
Yeah.
grid work was actually to help the tweeter be a wider dispersion tweeter.
Okay.
So those ridges were designed to help move the sound so it didn't have a narrow, it would widen the actual dispersion.
Cool.
And that was one of the things that JBL
Dead.
was like, yay.
Sorry, Dean. I'm not your guy.
Demo Dan.
Well, he's actually like SPL, like.
Wow. Yeah, I've been
loud.
watching. Trust me, I've been watching his doors.
You saw the doors, and I hear the doors today.
I didn't hear the doors. I haven't heard. I've seen them, and I don't want to hear them
really
because
loud.
they're,
Yeah.
you know, it's
so,
like, wow.
And,
need a few more speakers.
So the Elevate, it's in market right now.
So it is, yes, it is in the market.
Okay.
The CarPlay feature though is not approved yet. So
okay.
So that's not on any of the packaging. It's not available yet. But
okay.
You know, it is in final stages of approval, so we should have that soon.
Which means the next 6 months, knowing Apple.
No, it's been in for a while, so we're getting close.
That's what Ken would thought.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So it's still in the oven, just.
Well, no, there are units
they're out
available
there
without CarPlay.
Okay, without CarPlay.
So if you have an Android, then you're good.
Okay.
You know, feel free.
Knock yourself out.
Or just use Bluetooth from your iPhone. That still works.
Oh, yay. So, let's talk. Do you like pizza or do you like burgers?
Oh, pizza, burgers, both.
Yeah.
My son, you know,
Yeah.
you know this.
Yes.
He dictates where we eat for every meal when we're together. So
burgers.
It's burgers first, burgers and fries.
You mean burgers, ketchup, and fries?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
And he will take pizza though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got on your list?
I just.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we're getting down to
No,
it.
you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Just wanted to. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the team and.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We're here. Let's talk.
So in my team we have engineering. Engineering is also available to the other divisions of the company.
Okay.
But, the majority of the work they do is for integration, right? So that's why they're in my team.
Yeah.
And the head of that engineering team is Mike Lake, director of engineering. We have five team members under him. Five engineers. 5 engineers under him. And they have a mixed skill set of hardware, software, firmware, right?
So real quick, we talked about the roadmap. And we talk about roadmap, like when we had Kicker on the show, we were talking about their roadmap. It takes them 2 years to develop a product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from conception to market is 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just coming out with amps and speakers.
Right.
Your division is coming out with interfaces for cars.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we get, AMP hasn't come out with their A to B
AMP Pro.
AMP Pro for the 2018 F-150 Bang & Olufsen system, and it's like it's not that simple.
Right, it takes time.
So
the fastest you can do anything, honestly, is about 6 months.
Okay.
Like some of the stuff we do. I mean, if it's a real slam dunk, you could do it maybe like 3 months, 4
Okay.
months. But most things 6 months minimum. More often than not, like things go 9 to 12 months.
So let's talk about the process here real quick for a minute. So let's say let's talk about the previous AMP Pro, because you were in on that, right?
The previous AMP Pro.
Well, the current the
AA,
Sony the Sony AMP Pro for the Ford F-150, because that's going on what, 2 years now?
Yeah, 2 years.
So it's about 2 years old.
FD21.
Yeah, you're involved in that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about conception to end result as far as how long that product took to develop.
So we first started on what you could consider the ideation of it,
Okay.
like working with the concept of it, and in large part thanks to your inquiries. It's like, hey, we need something
I'm not
for this.
saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. No, good.
Let's call Dean. Yeah.
Lots go down in the Countryside Mall parking lot.
So yeah, that one took over a year from original inception to completion. Actually, made more like 2 years.
Really?
Because we didn't actually start the engineering on it till a little while later, right?
Right.
We had to convince the company that
we needed
this
this
is
thing.
the direction of things, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that takes a lot of work.
Yes, it does. So do you find that the bureaucracy is more annoying than...
So let me let me say
You don't have
that
to answer that if you don't want to.
Well, no,
I'm not backing you.
it's all good. And the reason why I do want to dig into it a little bit is we've had some changes in the company recently, some pretty big changes. And it used to be that we had a separate sales department, separate product development department, separate marketing department, right?
Right.
All these different, departments that have their own project lists, and
Right.
they have their own responsibilities and things that they got to get done, right? But the coordination of all of those different divisions was tough sometimes, right?
To say the least.
So Scott Forrest is now our president of the company, and he had a vision for the company of putting everybody into divisions, right?
Yes.
Based on the type of product category. So from that is we have 4 general managers over 4 different divisions. We have the integration division, audio, infotainment, and safety.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your Echo Master for safety and Stinger for the infotainment, right?
Stinger's in infotainment?
Stinger radio.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
And then Stinger and Phoenix Gold are in audio, right?
Okay.
So now each of those divisions have product development. They have a marketing person.
Right.
And they have a buyer.
Okay.
Right? So
really?
It's more of a closed system,
right,
to get things done. And then some of the things within the company are shared resources like technical support, engineering to some degree, and some of the photography and things like that, right?
Right.
But, the result is really good. The way the company is running now, whoa, Charlie horse. The way the company is running now is a lot better, in my opinion, with this new structure. So the bureaucracy is non-existent now.
Oh,
so
that's good.
It's really about just
what's on the whiteboard.
Finding out what the taking the good ideas and fleshing them out, and working as a team on understanding what the good opportunities are and pushing those ahead, and
what's better for the company.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's aligned.
Well, that's cool.
So
and what's better for you guys?
Same direction.
Yeah.
So you feel like that's going to make the future so this has only been this
Just
structure
is
this year sometime.
Yeah, earlier this year.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 months ago.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Amen to that.
Yeah, there we go. Ernie knows. So, so the effects of this on the, to our customers, you'll start feeling it in 2019, I think.
Right. The ability to streamline product development faster.
Yep. And just, buttoning things up, a little bit better. And, we've got a lot in store. I was talking about the team. We have engineering.
Yeah.
We have engineering techs. We have our tech support guys. And we have Jason Denton coming on as our marketing manager now.
Yeah.
He comes from the field. He was one of our phantoms in the Northeast. So I'm really excited.
Can you guys please listen the idea of Gabe Denton?
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Right on. We'll do that.
He used to be Denton used to be his phantom.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're buddies.
Yeah.
Buddies.
So we've got Jason's got a lot of ideas that he wants to push forward with marketing, and he's a really big customer advocate. So I think it's going to be really good. So look out.
You guys
moving
is he going to move down here for you, or is he going to stay up there?
No, he's got a lot of family. His family has a lot of commitments up there, so he's going to just come down every month for a few days.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll be fine. We've been working together now for a couple weeks, and I think it'll be fine. So.
What are the chances of me seeing you 2 days in a row?
That's funny. Yeah, I'm standing there in Lowe's, I think it was, and I look over. This guy's standing there looking over at me, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" So it's been a long time since I've seen Bill.
Yeah. Well, he's who took over after you left.
Yes, at AV.
Yeah. Right. Yep. So that was So Ernie was talking last week. You guys are hiring.
Yes. Thank you. So we are hiring for 2 engineers.
So you do have to be engineers,
yes,
real
we're looking
engineers.
for electronic engineers, preferably with firmware experience.
Okay.
And firmware as a primary, but also know how to do board layout and bring a board up and stuff like that. And then also one of the positions, we need someone that knows like .NET programming and stuff like that. So like web applications and other applications like that. So a little bit more on the software side of things.
What could we possibly do with software? So strange.
Yes.
Strange.
And then we are also looking for a senior product manager. So anyone that has some experience, there's embedded software engineers.
There you go.
Thanks, Ernie. Yeah, senior product manager. We're looking to hire as well. And I don't want to leave Eric out. Eric is an important part of my team. He's he's currently the product manager that's being saddled with my old job and his job. And once we get a senior product manager, we're going to transition Eric to more of a project manager role. It's a great team. So
lots of cool things coming out.
Oh yeah, I mean
a lot of changes.
We're very fortunate to work in an industry where the products that we make are actually interesting and fun. I feel bad for people that are in like, although they're very important products, but like people that design like medical equipment and stuff. But that's not my thing, right? Like, God bless you for doing those things. But
I was gonna say,
better you than me.
Your little pager. That guy's probably a real nice guy. But yeah. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we call this show a night?
I forgot to mention Epi. Epi's my buyer.
Yeah,
she's awesome. Rocking. Been married 17 years.
Okay, with that,
I'd say just keep listening to your dealers.
Yes.
You guys will kill it.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
You're not gonna let me give any love to Michelle, huh? 17 years, love you, Michelle.
Oh yeah.
Nathan Jr., I'll see you in a few.
That's right. And for those of you guys,
cycling pro.
I was going to say, for those of you that want to follow him on Strava, he's there on Strava. You can see his biking and my running that I haven't done in a month because I hurt myself and I've been riding.
He hurt his butt.
I hurt my butt. Butt hurt. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, this has been a really fun time. Thanks for coming on the show. You guys can find us here as well as on YouTube. You can become a Patreon member. On Patreon, you get the cool podcast, the video version of the podcast. You can do the podcast sometime. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jason. Right there.
Teespring.store/5stars is a place where you can find t-shirts. You can find all the cool tools that we use at D&F Tool Drawer. Make sure to go there and pick up your cool Lumi. That's that RTA. I'm sorry. I'm thinking RTA because we've been playing with the audio control all week. That's where you can pick up your oscilloscope digital multimeter. That's something you're all going to want to get yourselves for Christmas and might as well have someone else pay for it. We'll be back on Saturday for the Saturday live show. What's up, Anthony? Loving your channel.
Yeah.
You guys have a great night as always and a wonderful week. Got anything else?
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you for coming.
Kudos to you guys for doing the show.
Oh, awesome. You're going to make me blush.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You have a wonderful night as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.